Hello everyone and welcome to this week's track guide with Dave Perrell. We're at Barcelona in a Group 2 car preparing for the FIA Nations Cup, which is on Saturday. Initially I wasn't able to do this race because I was meant to be testing in Spa-Francorchamps in real life. But since that has been moved, I'm pretty happy to say that I'll be doing the Nations Cup race. Obviously it's kind of ironic. I'm happy to be missing a real life track day, but that track day will come. I'm going to do tons of laps at Spa this year, and I do enjoy the FIA races. So we're at a track I know pretty well in real life, but in the game not so much, and we're in cars that I don't particularly enjoy. I'm about 8/10 off the top 10 and a second off the top 5 in terms of best laps, but I've watched their laps, and the technique that they're using is actually very similar to mine. They just seem to be carrying a little bit more speed into and out of the corners, but the fundamentals are there, so I felt comfortable enough that I could commentate and just do a little bit of a track guide to help you guys understand more how to get the most out of these Group 2 cars. So the first thing to note is they do not like slow speed corners. These are high downforce cars, and generally with these cars is when you get to a slow speed corner you're going to get a lot of understeer. It could be that they're simply just too stiff. I want you to imagine that these cars, which are very light, are like paper in the wind, so they like to remain flat, and the minute you lift them the wind will take them. So that strange analogy applies more so to the usage of curbs, which these cars do not like, and the concept around keeping the cars flat and as smooth as possible. So when I say flat, I mean not big load into the corners with a lot of lean angle, rather keeping it sort of as smooth as possible, smooth braking, no wheel spin like that, and the lap time should come to you a little bit more easier. So the minute you fight these cars is when you start to go slower, and if you keep pushing, you're just going to keep struggling and going slowly. So my advice is start slow, brake earlier than you think for each corner, and get to the high gears as soon as you can. So that was another thing I noticed, especially in the the Honda. In the rear brake, everyone is short shifting. So don't rev out this car. Use the turbo, which has a lot of lag, to get the most out of it. And again, not provoking, not putting high energy into the car. So if you're touching curbs, slamming on the throttle, turning aggressively, those are all high energy inputs. And these cars do not respond well to high energy inputs. Heading down to turn 1, you want to brake just after the 100-meter board down to 3rd gear. 3, 2, 1 braking. Use the curb on the inside. It's quite a flat curb, and then you want to actually try and get on the power as soon as you can through the left-hander, and just a small roll off through this long right. Obviously as I'm talking I'm not driving as I'm explaining. Anyway, brake under the bridge here, go to 2nd gear, and then straight away to 3rd. If any of you watched my Autopolis video last week, you will have heard me talk about short corners. It applies as well to this track. So you're trying not to run out too wide, you're trying not to take too wide an approach. You want your corner to last as short as possible so you can get on the power as soon as possible and reduce wheel spin from the inside tire, which absolutely will eat the tires alive here. Ideally you don't actually want to try and chase the best lap in practice mode. My suggestion is create a lobby with the tire wear and fuel settings, and just do as many laps as you can on the medium tire to see how long you can make it last, and that will determine your strategy for the race. Heading now to the final part of the track, this is where you'll make up the most time. So be patient, brake early, and get the car to turn 2nd gear, and then short shift to 3rd on the exit. Easy flat through this right-hander. Just be smooth with the steering. We're going to do a couple of more laps here. because I was talking in the middle. This whole track is about flow, and if you're fighting the car, you're going to go slowly. So here we're going to try use the curb a bit more, get on the power early, short shift to fourth, and then I stay close to the inside and then just use the curb slightly, to rotate the car. But again, you have to be gentle through there, otherwise you're going to get what I just got there, snap oversteer. Brake to the inside. You can use second gear for a little bit of rotation, but keep in mind that that will affect the tire wear. Otherwise just stay in third. Brake earlier than you think for this corner. This is the one that's going to catch you out in the race, because you can easily understeer wide there. It's a good overtaking spot though. This corner is one of my worst corners in real life and in the game. I just never seem to get it right. You're going to get oversteer going in, so be prepared for that. Here you want to aim for that little sausage on the inside, and then just be careful of the track limits on the outside. Keep two wheels on the red and white, which we do in real life as well. Brake here, there's like three sort of rubbery marks. You want to brake at the second one and overslow the car so you can get it turned. Here, stay as close as you can or run a deep V. But don't get stuck in the middle where you're floating like and not touching any curbs. You've got to either double apex it or stay as close as you can to the curb. The chicanes there, if you use the curbs like you see in some of the top lap times, that's fine for qualifying, but I guarantee you that in the race you will either spin out or lose lap time. So just be aware of that, because this is the kind of stuff that is going to catch a lot of people out here. A lot of people, their approach to this game is to try and win every single lap, and the person who drives this grade 2 car smoothly and is able to not make any mistakes and reduce tire wear by driving smoothly, running short corners, reducing the slide. These cars hate to slide. You'll find yourself in contention in the second half of the race, even though it could feel like you're driving like a granny. What was happening at Autopolis last week in the Daily Race C was people were attacking the car on the new tires, and then they had nothing left to give at the end of the race. Rolling in here, very scary in real life, because if you get it wrong you go to the inside and right off the front end of your car. Braking at this sort of second rubbery mark here. First gear, get the car straight as soon as you can, short shift to third, clip the curb, V, and then clip again. Braking to as early as you can, because you want to get some acceleration down here. I went a little bit too late on the gas there, on the brakes there, and it compromised the chicane. Remember, your straight starts from the left-hander in the chicane. So just be patient into the left-hander, overslow it into the left-hander of the chicane, so you can get a good run on the exit without any wheel spin. This part here is very difficult to get right because there's very few reference points, and you're basically accelerating based on feeling instead of like, oh, there's the curb that I can get to and start to get on the power. It doesn't work that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This particular lap I'm fighting the car a little bit too much, and you can see the effects of that. Avoid the curbs as much as you can on the apexes. Well, you see what happened there when I touched the curb on the outside? Car lost grip, started to slide. Once a paper is on its way in the wind, you cannot get it back. And that's what's happening here with the Group 2 cars. So the minute they start to slide, that's it. You're just going to be waiting. Even there was a lot of understeer through the corner, which affected the way that I could get on the power and get out of the corner as quickly as possible. Brake early for here, clip that apex, brake early for here again. Don't ride the big sausage curb, just be patient. The aim here is not to set the best lap, the aim here is to survive the race with minimum tire wear and a good result. So there you go, there's my track guide for this week's FIA Nations Cup race in Barcelona with the Group 2 car. Good luck to everyone. If I could make one more suggestion, it would be to try race with the Nissan. The GTR is a lot smoother with its turbo lag, but the fundamentals of driving this car still applies. Avoid sliding, be smooth, and yeah, have fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Even better, share with your mates who also play Gran Turismo, and I will try live stream the race on Saturday. Catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers.